Welcome back to the morning show. Well, he was a university dropout who was $20,000 in debt, but Jack Delosa turned it all around, becoming a millionaire by the age of 26. The entrepreneur and investor has now been featured in the AFR Young Rich list 5 times, becoming a best-selling author, and has launched The Entourage, a leading business coaching and trading provider.
Sounds good. Jack's impressive resume recently landed him a chance to spend 6 days schmoozing with Sir Richard Branson on his private Caribbean island. Wow. A room there is going to set you back more than $7,500 per night. So what does the Virgin Group founder really like? And what's the secret to getting a seat at his kitchen table? It was probably the staff in the kitchen, I imagine. Anyway.
Jack Delosa is live on the morning show. Morning to you, Jack.
Thanks for having me, guys. Good to be here.
Joining us. What an incredible story, though. From a uni dropout to a multi-millionaire. I always tell my kids this when they worry about things. Like, you just never know, what path you'll take in life. You can have a rapid turnaround in things.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, hopefully your kids aren't watching, because for me, my love of learning is what drove me to leave university, right? I just figured that what I was learning wasn't worth knowing, and I've always had a huge appetite for growth and for knowledge, and so for me, I was better off doing that in a self-driven and self-initiated environment.
Wow.
Okay. So let's talk about this very lavish trip to Branson's Island. What is this? Is this a work being done thing? Is it a conference? Is it a networking sort of brain thing, or is it like
something Larry can get invited to?
Right.
Soon?
We can give Larry an invite.
At any of the dinners on it.
So it was a small group of some of the world's leading entrepreneurs and innovators, and we would do sort of strategy sessions and mastermind sessions every day, which caused a lot of kind of connection and collaboration, and caused a lot of us to leave thinking bigger about how we can leave a mark in the world. And then, Richard's all about having fun. So there's a lot of tennis and cocktail parties and dinners and fun stuff to go along with it.
You look pretty fit, too.
Yeah. I was going to say, I want to hear about this part of the night.
How'd you go with Sir Richard there? What, he's 72 years old? He looks pretty fit, though.
Yeah, no, we didn't do very well at all. So the thing with Richard is you must expect the unexpected. Richard turned 72 2 days ago. One day he woke up, he took a small group on a ride, up and down mountains on Virgin Gorda, which is a neighbouring island, smoked everybody, and then came back to Necker, played tennis for 3 hours against many different opponents, beat us all. He's 72.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, the footage you're seeing here is after he beat me, he said, "Jack, come into the net, let's get a photo." And I thought, okay, we'll go and get a photo. He said, "Put your racket up and people will think that you won." And so I put my racket up, and as soon as they were taking the photo, he poured his glass of water over my head.
Right.
So the thing with Richard is expect the unexpected.
And he still looks good in orange tangerine shorts too. I mean, that's also...
Not many people can pull it off.
No.
Do you have to let him win because it's Sir Richard Branson?
No, I was genuinely trying to beat him just to save myself from the embarrassment, but he's that good. Yeah.
Does he give you advice, though, when you go to something like this? Like, is he quite generous with his advice? Because obviously he's had an amazing experience over his business career.
Very, very. Richard often kind of communicates a lot of his wisdom through funny stories, and so you might be sitting over breakfast or over lunch or, having a glass of wine during the evening, and the sheer breadth and depth of his experience and the wisdom that he's got is often communicated through, fun anecdotes and funny stories, and they really land.
Hey, okay, enough about him. You recently bought your own private island in the Whitsundays. Perfect timing, because I got my 60th birthday coming up, which is great.
All right.
Were you inspired by Sir Richard? Does size matter when it comes to private island?
I was definitely inspired by Richard. So my first time on Necker was 2014.
Right.
And there's something about being on an island that's beautiful. There's a magical energy to it. And so I wanted to be able to create that same experience for others. And so we're in the process of launching a luxury resort business that will, have resorts around the world that, entrepreneurs and executives can come to recharge and rejuvenate. And that's our first island in the Whitsundays that we recently purchased.
When you say first, that lends itself to more activity. What's it called?
This island's called Victor Island up in the Whitsundays.
Oh, that's beautiful. Wow. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that myself. Now, you run a very successful business yourself. You coach other entrepreneurs. What are your tips for aspiring millionaires or just people who really want to go out into the business community?
Totally. I think the first thing is you have to find something you love, right? Yep. Business is challenging, and if you don't love it, you're probably going to give up, right? Yep. So you need to find something you love, something you're willing to work for. The second thing is have a growth mindset, right? So your business grows as you do. You have to be constantly growing as a person. You have to be growing as a communicator. You have to be growing as an entrepreneur in order for your business to be growing. And the third thing is have an obsession on the customer. So once you find something you love, you have to find where that intersects with what the world needs, right? It's no good being a problem, a solution looking for a problem. You need to have a consumer demand and be addressing that consumer demand.
Can anyone be successful? And I ask you that because we're scrolling through social media with all the memes and all the things saying, there's super yacht one day, dream big, dream big.
Right.
Can anyone actually do that? Because so many people are doing it tough right now.
I truly believe that anybody can be successful in what they're built to do. I think success is when what you're doing is fueled by who you are, and I think everybody has that. It's just about exploring yourself and exploring the world until you find what that is.
You're writing a book as well, aren't you? Can you give us a bit of a scoop on what it's going to be about?
Yeah, so the book's called Elevate, and it's for business owners who feel like they're doing everything, feel like they've hit a glass ceiling. You know, we've just had a few very challenging years for business owners. We're now coming into a recession. We're going to have a few more challenging years for business owners. And so this is all about how do you build a great company, regardless of the economic environment, regardless of what season your business might be in, so that you can grow faster, get your time back, and make the impact you want to make.
Great. Mate, great chat. Thanks very much for coming in.
Thanks for having me, guys.
And just send us the details about the
Yeah,
island, like
Larry's
just
60th on
location.
the island. This sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, and I want the sunset suite too. I don't want the sunrisey
I'll put
things
your
to
name on
sleep
it.
in. Thank you, mate. Great to see you. Good luck with Victor Island. That sounds what a great project. Thank you.
We'll soon chat